Genghis Khan, the Mongolian warlord famous as the world's greatest conqueror, but not much about him is known to the world. Today in this video, let's dig deep through history to uncover many weird things Genghis Khan didn't want people to know about him. Stay tuned till the end so that you don't miss out on these interesting facts. Did you know that Genghis Khan was not his real name? Genghis was born in 1162 as Temujin and was the son of Yasugai, the leader of the Mongolian Qian tribe. He had a difficult upbringing. At the age of 9, his father was poisoned to death by his rivals from other Mongolian tribes. The Qian tribe had started losing influence. All fled to other tribes, leaving his family alone. They were impoverished, relying mostly on wild foods, fishing, and at times even eating tree roots. Due to this, surrounding tribes often raided them. Genghis Khan was captured during a raid by the Taichiud tribe, but he managed to escape. After his escape, Genghis realized that to withstand persecution, he will need support from some supreme Mongolian tribe leaders. He approached Togrul, a friend of his father who was a chief of the Karates tribe. Slowly and gradually, he began to collaborate with other Mongolian tribes as well as old supporters of his father. Genghis was getting stronger and his supremacy wasn't accepted by other Mongol tribes. He was attacked many times. But by getting guidance from larger nomadic tribes and minor nations falling under his authority, he was able to fight his opponents. No one could stand against him, and he eventually unified the Mongols. In 1206, he was recognized as Khan, which means the leader by a council of Mongolian tribal heads. Genghis means widespread. He adopted a new name as Genghis Khan, the widespread leader. After establishing his feet in Mongolia, Genghis started large-scale conquest wars. Initially, he conquered multiple Chinese dynasties like Xia, Jing, and Song dynasties. He moved to Central Asia and other kingdoms stretching to Eastern Europe. He is known for having the largest empire in history, from modern-day China to Eurasian nations near the Mediterranean Sea. You'll be shocked to hear that in 1227 he ruled over 5.2 million square miles, which is around 1/3 of Asia. His empire was 2 times bigger than that of Alexander the Great, which was spread around 2.3 million square miles. More people were massacred by Genghis Khan alone than by Joseph Stalin and Adolf Hitler combined. Not only that, he did that in a time when the world's population was considerably lower than in times of Stalin or Hitler. It is said that he slaughtered around 40 million humans during his reign. That's equal to 8 to 10% of the population existing at that time. Moreover, poverty and diseases due to wars added to these numbers. He demolished countless cities and countries that stood in his way. He was also responsible for one of the biggest genocides in the world, even bigger than that of Adolf Hitler. Let's talk about his gruesome brutality. Genghis Khan dispatched a caravan to establish official trade links with the Persian Empire. The governor of Otrar assaulted the convoy, claiming that they intended to spy. The caravan participants were killed and their valuables were confiscated. Hearing this, the fierce Genghis Khan moved his army to take revenge. He abolished all the cities of the Persian Empire one by one. The Persian Empire, which thrived, was put to ashes. While crushing the cities, he claimed that he had been sent by God to punish them for their sins. As a result, he killed around 500,000 civilians in this war, which is around 90% of the total Persian population. Another such brutal incident was when the Mongol army defeated the Russian soldiers. They celebrated the victory most brutally. All the soldiers of the Russian army were laid on the ground and a wooden slab was put on them. They enjoyed their feast upon these soldiers until they were crushed to death beneath them. Genghis Khan had 40 wives. The majority of them were taken from tribes and territories he conquered. All of these wives were classified and ranked as great empresses, empresses, and concubines based on their position. Genghis Khan had 4 great empresses. These great empresses lived in yurts and were given the responsibility to manage them when Khan was away. Borte Khatun was Khan's first wife, whom he married at the age of 16. She inhabited the first yurt. Borte had the highest rank in all the queens. His family was not as small as we think. He left a legacy in that too. He believed that the strength of a leader is defined by the children he leaves behind. Apart from these 40 wives, Genghis Khan had a large harem of about 2,000 to 3,000 of the most beautiful women whom he captured or acquired from his conquests. He fathered thousands of children with them. According to research done by a Russian academy in 2003, it is estimated that around 16 million male descendants would be living in Central Asia. What? Yes, you heard that right. 1 out of 200 Asian people is a descendant of Genghis Khan. A gene test might connect Genghis Khan as the ancestor of many Asians. It is believed that Genghis Khan purposefully kept his appearance a mystery. He never commissioned any portraits or sculptures during his reign. But after his death, many cultures tried to portray him in paintings and statues. But all of these paintings and statues were influenced by Chinese, Mongolian, and Western culture. Not only his appearance, but also his death has been a great mystery. Genghis Khan lived for 65 years and died in 1227. Nothing more is known thoroughly about his death. This has led to many speculations about his death. Some Mongolian sources have written that he died after falling from a horse due to an infection in the wound that couldn't heal. According to the famous Marco Polo, Genghis was hit by an arrow in a battle with the Western Shah and died due to an infection. The Chinese story of his death states that the princess of the Western Shah killed Genghis Khan to take revenge for killing his family and save her from being molested. One of the biggest mysteries of Genghis Khan that remains unsolved is the grave of Genghis Khan. The reason for the mystery surrounding Genghis Khan's grave is that the Mongolians followed a secret burial procedure for their elites. No signs of the imperial burials were generalized to the public. This is an interesting story about his grave that might interest you. Genghis Khan ordered his special men to reroute a river. He wanted the river to flow over his grave so that no one disturbed his eternal slumber. Genghis Khan ruled over a diverse range of tribes and people of many different cultures. It requires a lot of military and administration personnel to manage a huge empire like Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan adopted a different strategy. He ruled the Mongol Empire based on merit. He filled the positions solely based on ability. Positions in the militaries were based on demonstrated ability and accomplishments by the commanders or soldiers. He even followed the same merit rule within his own family.